What I want you to do is to get your nunchakus out so we can work out together. I want you to use a lightweight pair, plastic foam, anything easy to swing. We don't want to be macho today. We simply want to get a feel for the rhythm of the techniques. If possible, narrow your cord between the two sticks at 2 inches or less. They'll be easier to swing that way. And later in the video, I'll talk about the best nunchakus to use for the style and where to get them. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do is simply grip the nunchaku. Now, if you came up to me and I would shake your hands with the right hand, I'd put my hand out like that. And that's what we're going to do today. As you can see, and I'm going to move to the side so you can see the grip. And Bob, if you can get a close-up of that grip. We'll be gripping the nunchaku about midway up, not at the bottom and not at the top, but right in the middle. We'll have more control that way. So this is the grip we're going to be using today. Now, the first move we're going to do, and today as we're working out, I'm going to use a couple of stances. Like this is a left leg forward stance. And of course, this would be a right leg forward stance. And of course, this will be a horse stance. The idea is, I want you to get a feel for these stances because you'll use them later in some of the forms. We're going to start off with a left leg forward stance. And the first thing we're going to do after we've gripped the chuck is called the simple up. And all I'm going to do here is lift the chuck up over my shoulder and catch it with my left hand. Okay, this is pretty easy. So let's do a couple of those. Ready? Just lift it up and back. Up and back. Up and back. And just catching it with the left hand. Great. That's called the simple up. The next move we're going to do is called the inward figure 8 block. And it looks like this. From under the arm, the right arm, the chuck's going to drop out and pull back toward me. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to do a figure 8 pattern. And notice what I'm doing. I'm using my wrist to swing the nunchaku, and I'm not using my arm hardly at all. This is called the inward figure 8 block. Okay, so here's how we want to do it. You see the loose part dangling there? Watch. If I lift up on my arm, the chuck's going to do what? It's going to come right back to me. So watch. I just lift up, it's going to come back toward me. It's inward figure 8. So again, the dangling part there, if I lift up, the chuck's going to come back to my body. And what I'm trying to do here is to move it from side to side using my wrist. And again, my wrist, not my arm. Okay? So, to practice it, just let it dangle down, lift your arm up, and the chuck will come back towards you. Now, when the chuck is on the inside part of the swing plane, and at the bottom, we're just going to lift it up just like we did on the simple up. Okay, so let's let it dangle. Lift your arm up, the chuck will come back towards you. When you want to bring it up, you want to bring it up when it's on the inside and bottom of the swing plane. We just pull it right up, like the simple up. Okay, from this angle, watch. I'm going to drop it out from under my arm. You see it? I'm going to lift my arm up and it's going to come right back at me. And when the chuck is on the inside, bottom, I'm going to lift it up. Simple up. One time from this side. Watch. I'm just going to drop it out from under my arm. You see it? I'm going to lift my arm up and the chuck will come back at me. When I want to bring it up, I'll wait for it to be on the inside part of the swing and at the bottom, and I'll lift it up like the simple up. Now, the inward figure 8 block, you speed it up a little. You see, the block is designed to, if someone's coming at you with a punch or a kick or trying to get right up on you, this block will keep them off. This is called the inward figure 8 block. Okay, and it also will set up some strikes that we'll do next. Now, the next technique is called the outward figure 8 strike. From this position, watch. I'm simply going to lift the chuck up, throw it out across my body, doing a figure 8 to the outside. Okay, and then I'm going to bring it back. So it looks like this. All right, one more time. Lift up and out. Now, how do you do that? Okay, watch. Take the loose part and dangle it to the right. Okay, you see the loose part? What I'm going to do is I'm assuming that I'm swinging out here and I want to bring it back. When the chuck is on the outside part of the swing plane, that last loop over, I'm going to pull my arm in and it'll pop right under my arm. So to practice this, you see that loose part? It's going to go over top and under the arm. Now, let me turn around. You can see what I'm doing from this angle. You see the loose part dangling there? I'm going to let it go around here and go under my arm. So when I'm throwing this outward figure eight, when the chuck is on the outside part of the swing, the last rotation over, I'm going to pull my arm in, and it will go right under the arm. So it looks like this again. You'll start your pull under the arm from the outside, so just let it dangle, let it loop over, and pull your arm in to practice it. And then, to do it, you're going to use your wrist again, not your arm. You see, it's all wrist. When I want to bring it under my arm, I wait for that chuck to be on the outside. And that last loop over, I'll pull my arm in and let it go. It pops right under the arm, pretty easy. This is the outward figure eight strike. So what we have here is the inward block and the outward strike. Okay, not too hard so far. The next technique we're going to do is called the front strike. And here's how it works. Again, from under the right arm, I'm going to pull that chuck straight out. And then I'm going to flick my wrist over to the left. I'm going to leave this arm up so I don't hurt myself. So it looks like this. Straight out and across. Straight out and across. The wrist breaks and the chuck's going to go back behind my body. This is called the front strike. And from under the right arm, it looks like this. Leave this arm up, nice and easy. Straight out and across. From the side, it looks like this. Straight out and across. From this side, it looks like this. Straight out and across. Okay, that's called the front strike. So what do we have so far? From under the arm, we have the inward figure eight block. Inside bottom, we're going to pull it up. Outward figure eight strike. Outside part of the swing plane, I want to bring it back. I'll pull my arm in, let that last rotation go under my arm. And then we got the front strike. Okay? Those are your first three techniques. The next technique is called the side swing. It looks like this. Watch. Up, lift the chuck. I'm going to do 1.5 rotations out here and bring it under my arm. So I'm going to lift it up. Watch. 1.5 rotations. To practice this, hold it out to the side and let it dangle. See the loose part? Let it come over and under the arm. Again, over and under. Now, here's how you do it. You lift it. You do 1 full rotation and the other half just pops right under. Watch. Up. 1.5 rotations. Now, this is important. The outward figure eight strike is not the side swing. They're totally different. This is the side swing over here. See it? The outward figure eight strike is out in front. Great. So, here's what I want you to do. Before we go any further, I want to switch to the left hand and try these techniques. Okay, left hand. The first move here is called the simple up. We're simply going to lift over our shoulder. Okay, let's try it again. Ready? Up, over, up, over, up, over. The next technique, again, we just practiced it a second ago. The inward figure eight block. From under the arm, the chuck drops out. You lift your arm up, and you go side to side with the inward figure eight block. When the chuck is on the inside bottom area, we can pull that up also, just like on the right side. Again, let me do it from the side. The inward figure eight, watch. The chuck, I just loosen my elbow, loosen out, and it drops. Okay, you with me? And I'm going to lift my arm up, and what is that baby going to do? It's going to come back at me. This is the inward figure eight. And I want to get it going in a figure eight using my wrist, and not my arm, just my wrist. When I want to pull it up, I wait for it to be on the inside bottom of the swing plane. I can pull it up. Okay, so from under the arm, it just drops out and comes back at you. When you're on the inside bottom area, pull it up. Now, the outward figure eight's the same on the left side as it is on the right. From this position, we're just going to lift, throw the chuck out across our body in a figure eight position. Now, when we want to bring it back, it'll be on the outside of the swing plane. To practice, let's hold the chuck up like this and watch. See the loose part? let's pull it up and let it land under the arm. Okay, you see it? Up, and it goes under. When you're doing this, again, you'll use your wrist and not your arm. When you want to bring it back, you wait for the chuck to be on the outside part of the swing. You'll pull your arm in. That last rotation up will come and land under the arm. So it looks like this. Okay? Let's try a few of those. All right, from under the arm, we're going to lift it. Outward figure 8. Back under. Lift. Outward figure 8. Back under. Lift it again. Outward figure 8. Back under the arm. Okay, on the left side, from under the arm, we have the inward figure 8 block, just like on the right. When I want to pull that up, inside bottom, up. Okay? Outward figure 8 strike. When I want to bring that back under my arm, I'll start it when the chuck is on the outside, just like we practiced. That loose part, the last rotation over, we'll pop it right under the arm. And then on the left side, we're going to lift the chuck up. Remember the side swing we did on the right side? Same thing, 1.5 rotations and back under the arm. Up, 1.5, under the arm. To practice this, dangle the loose part, let it go over top, and bring it under the arm. Now, the side swing is up again, 1.5 rotations, back under. So, here's the good news. The good news is, all you'll need for today and possibly the next video are those 4 techniques on your left side. Okay, so if you can work your left side, the inward, the outward, the front strike, and the side swing, you're going to have it made. It's not that hard. Now here's the exercise I want you to think about in practice. Start on the right side. Get in a nice stance. And do that inward figure 8 block, one that comes back at you. Lift it up and do the outward figure 8 strike. Catch it under. Front strike. Lift up. Side swing. Great. Then we're going to lift it from here, and we'll repeat the same thing with the other side. Inward figure 8 with the left hand. Outward figure 8. Front strike. Side swing. Back and forth, okay? You need to practice that. But again, the good news is, don't get discouraged with your left side. These are the only techniques you'll really need for probably this video and the next video. Okay? Now, the next technique we're going to do is called the arm switch. Again, from this position, watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Under. How did I get it under my right arm? Side swing. Right? Okay. Arm switch again. Watch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Side swing under. Now, watch it. Watch again. Watch. 1, 2. Watch 3. I turn loose of this hand and pull it all the way out across and catch it back here with my left arm. Then I'll turn loose of this hand and I'll just pull it right back up with my left. So let's try a few of those. From under the right arm switch. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5, and under the arm. Again, this is what it looks like from the back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, back under. Okay, that's called the arm switch. The next technique we're going to do is called around the neck. Here's what I want you to do. Take the chuck straight out. Okay, I want you to turn it around and put it right in your belly. Your knuckles will be pointing to your left. Now watch. Take the whole arm and go from side to side with it. Leave this arm up. This is the feel for the round the neck technique I want you to be doing in a few minutes. You'll be doing it in a few minutes. Okay, now watch. If you see the chuck going on the inside, my arm is moving it. This is what it looks like from this side. This is what it looks like from this side. What I'm going to do is the left hand is going to go back behind my back and catch it like this. Then I'm going to turn loose of the right hand, bring it up and around my neck and catch it with the right. So it looks like this. Left hand behind my back and catch, up and around. This comes over top. This does not come underneath, okay? This comes over top, catch, and then bring it right back under the arm. Okay, let's do that again. Left hand behind your back, catch, turn loose to this hand. Now this arm comes up and just flips. This flips like that, right around, and this one comes over top and catches. That's called around the neck. Now what we're going to do, we're going to do what we call the side swing with around the neck. Okay, so here's what we'll do again. With the chuck under the right arm, I'm going to lift up again. I'm going to drop my elbow, and I'm going to throw a strike right across my body, right to the front. Up. I'm going to drop my elbow a little and throw a hard strike. Now, if you played baseball, it's kind of like that. It's like if the pitch was coming this way and you were, bam, hitting it. See, the wrist breaks, and the chuck goes all the way around my body. So from this position, I'm going to lift, drop my elbow, throw a big strike across. Now, what am I going to do from here? You see that I'm going to pull the chuck back with my arm. It's going to stay on the inside. Catch it, around my neck, and back. Watch. Up, strike, catch, and back. Okay, let's do that together. Ready? Let's try it. Up, drop your elbow, big strike here, breaking your wrist. Now the chuck is turned inside toward your body, right? We're going to pull it back around and catch it. Around the neck and come over top. Bring it back. This is what it looks like if I was facing this way. Okay, and from the side. Okay, that's called side swing with around the neck. The next technique we're going to do is called around the neck part 2. Here's what we want to do. Take your chucks and hold them out like this, and then point your knuckles to the floor. Okay? Now what we want to do is put them between our legs with our knuckles pointing to the floor. Left leg forward stance. What you want to do is turn loose of the right hand, bring it up and around your neck again with your left hand, and come over top and catch. So set them down under here with the knuckles pointing down. Okay? Turn loose of the right hand, up and around with your left, come over top and catch. Okay? Now, how do we get down between our legs? From this position, we lift, we go down and catch, and around. Okay, again, lift, down and catch, and be careful, and around. Okay, that's called around the neck, part 2. One more time, let's try it. Lift, down and catch, turn loose, up and around, catch with the right, bring it back. Okay, now, the around the necks are a lot of fun, and they're basically, we use them in tournament forms to help us get a few points. A little faster, the side swing with around the neck looks like this. And around the neck part 2 looks like this. Okay? And what we're going to do in a few minutes, and I'll show you how we'll combine a few of those techniques to get you a few points when you're doing a form. Okay, here's a couple of things I want you to think about before we go into the basic combos I want to give you. Think about this. I'm up here, left leg forward stance, the chuck is under my right arm. What can I do? I've got 7 options. 7 options with the chuck under my right arm. I've got an inward figure 8 block, right? I can lift up and do the outward figure 8 strike, right? I got the front strike. Remember that? And we also have lifted up and do the side swing. What else do we have? Oh, we got the arm switch. Good. Get it back under the arm. We've got the cross side strike around the neck. Lift it up, around the neck part 2. Wow, that's 7 items that we can do with the chuck under our right arm. So I want you to think about that. We'll be right back with some combos, basic combos that I want you to learn. We'll be right back. Welcome back. Now, I want to give you some basic combinations that I want you to practice. Here's what they are. Remember the first one? We've already done this once. Again, left leg forward stance. The first one we were practicing is the inward, outward, front strike, side swing. From here we're going to lift and repeat. Inward, outward, front strike, side swing, excuse me. The second one we want to do is this. From under the arm, all I want you to do is lift, do an inward figure eight block with the left hand. Lift, do an inward figure eight block with the right hand. And just repeat it over and over again until you're comfortable. And don't get discouraged. If you can't do one of these techniques, go to the next technique. So we go back and forth. There's an inward figure eight block combo that you must do. The next one is from under the arm. We're simply going to lift, do an outward figure eight strike, lift, switch arms, outward figure eight strike, lift, switch arms, outward figure eight strike, lift, switch arms, outward figure eight strike. Okay? That's the next combo, which would be the third one. So the fourth combo I want you to practice is this. Left leg forward stance and move the chucks over your left shoulder. Now watch. Outward figure eight, front strike, switch arms, side swing with around the neck, switch arms, right foot comes up to your left, pull the chucks down and prepare. Like this. Watch my right foot. Comes up and prepare. Okay, this is called combo ending number one. And let's do it again. Left leg forward, outward figure eight strike, front strike, switch arms, side swing and around the neck. Switch arms. Bring your right foot up to your left and pull the chucks down and prepare. Okay, that's combo ending number one that I want you to practice. And combo ending number two is very similar. We'll do it this way. Same thing. Left outward, front strike, up, side swing and around the neck. Okay, when we get under our arm, watch. Around the neck, part two. Switch over to your left, right foot up, and prepare. Okay, let's do that one again. From this position, left outward, left front. Switch arms. Side swing with around the neck. Around the neck, part two. Switch to your left. Right foot up and prepare. Okay, that's ending combo number two that I want you to practice and memorize. Now, I want you to think about something. Again, with the chuck under the right arm, I've got those 7 different options, right? Let's just think a second. Okay, chuck's under here. Watch. Okay, watch that again. Chuck's under the right arm. What am I going to do? Okay, what I did is I picked three of those 7 options, and I did them in a sequence. The chuck's under my right arm. I can do 7 different things, right? I just lifted and did a round side swing with around the neck. When I got under my arm, I lifted and did around the neck part two. When I got under my arm, I did the arm switch. So I want you to think, from this position, you have all those options. So this is the reason I gave you those combos to practice, to get you thinking about what you're going to be doing, from under your right arm. You may even in a class, if you have some guys doing the chucks with you, you may get in a line and just say, front strike, outward figure eights. Get what I'm saying? Side swing around the neck. Side swing around the neck. Front strike. Arm switch. You get what I'm saying? So what you can do is practice and memorize those 7 options, and then you can work at it from under the right arm. Okay, that's it for the basic instruction. Before we go to the advanced instruction, let's watch another demo from that original tape. Let's watch. Welcome to the advanced instruction portion of the video. Let's get started. The first thing we're going to do, I don't know if you can see the X on the floor here, but what I've done here, and you may want to do it in your studio, is put down some type of grid to practice your Nunchaku footwork with. And here's what I'm talking about. Remember many years ago in karate school, we had the basic footwork, like this is a left leg forward stance. We would step through it. And if I wanted to go back the other way, I would take my right leg and pivot back like that, and then I'd step back through, pivot, right back, that type of thing. You remember that. If I wanted to go this way, I would just pivot, okay? And if I want to go back the other way, I'd take my right foot over and pivot back, maybe step through, that type of thing. And sometimes we would come up to the front in our forms where we would step in like this. Okay? So the key thing I want you to just focus on today is how we can move in our forms. And if we want to go the other way, we just take our right foot, use that little pivot and step back. You see the right foot? And we pivot again. So for the advanced instruction portion of the tape, I want you to just keep that in your mind. That little pivot, that little footwork pattern. The funny thing is, it's very basic, but yet it's so important to the whole style. You know, the forms you may be learning on 2 and 4 and 3 and 5 and 6 and even 7. So here's what we want to do to start with. Okay, remember the side swing? I'm going to do this to the side so you can see what I'm doing here. Right leg forward stance. Watch. I'm going to step through on that little pattern we just did and lift the chuck into a side swing. Then I'm going to use that right foot to pivot back. Okay, you with me? So I'm going to do an inward figure 8 block. Let's do an inward figure 8 block. Now when I step through, I'm going to lift that and do a side swing. And I'm going to do that pivot right back to the other side. So it looks like this. Inward figure 8, step through and side swing, and pivot back. And what you want to do is just go back and forth in your studio, just working on your footwork. I want you to be able to move your feet and swing at the same time. So one more time, inward, step through, side swing, pivot back, inward figure 8, step through, side swing, pivot back. Okay? That's the first technique I want you to practice. The second one we want to do, watch this technique. I'm going to work with a back stance here. Instead of the forward stance with both feet pointing to the front, the back stance, the left leg is kind of pointed at a 45-degree angle. Chuck's under my right arm. Here's what we're going to do. I'm going to step through on my grid pattern right to the front. I'm going to cock this chuck out to the side and throw it across my body, breaking my wrist. Now you see the chuck is on the inside of my body, so I can pull it right back and we can go right under the arm with it. So it looks like this. Step through, cock the chuck, throw it, and let it come right back under the arm. My shoulders are straight. Again, from a back stance, I'm going to step through, cock the chuck, throw it, and let it come under my arm. Now, earlier we did around the neck where we threw it, we went around our body. It's the same action. See, I'm throwing it, but see, this time instead of going around my body, I'm going under my arm. So here's what I want you to do. After you feel comfortable with this, 1 under, I want you to step through, throw it, and as it comes back under, turn, pivot, and catch it under the arm at the same time. Then step back through with that side swing, back to the front. So it looks like this. 1, 2, side swing, back. Again, we're using all those pivots. This is what it looks like from like the side. Watch. Step through, cock the chuck, throw it across, leave this arm up, pivot and catch under the arm, step back through with that side swing, pivot back. Okay, watch from the side again. Out, catch, side swing, back. Here's the idea. This is why it's important that you practice this. Many of the single Nunchaku forms will start this way. So I'm just trying to get you a feel using this grid pattern on the floor. of the opening technique of most of them. And again, it's a big move to the front. What I'm trying to get you to do, is stay on your line. What I've seen in the past is people will turn here and then their foot will come over and they'll end up over here. Okay, so if you have your pattern down, I want you to be able to do it and stay on line. What's my goal? My goal is for you to smooth it out a little so it looks like this. Okay, watch again. Okay? That's my goal. I want you to do it nice and slow until you get a feel for that technique. The next technique we're going to do is right leg forward stance. We'll do it like we're in the middle of a form. We'll pretend that this is a form pattern here. This is the middle of the form. You like the judges going straight up. And then we have the sides. This technique looks like this. Inward figure eight and right leg forward stance, or abbreviated back stance. Watch, lift, pivot, out figure eight. Front strike, switch arms. Right foot over, pivot back. Out figure eight, step through front strike. Lift up, pivot to the rear, and a horse stance. Okay, let's try that technique. Right leg forward, inward figure eight. Watch, I'm going to lift it up and pivot, and outward figure eight. Got a nice stance. Front strike. Right, lift and switch. Now, right foot over, pivot back, down your line with an outward figure eight. From here, we're going to step through with a front strike. Then we're going to lift and pivot into a horse stance, facing the rear. So one more time on that technique. Watch, inward, out figure eight, front strike. Switch arms. Right foot over, pivot, out figure eight, step through, front strike. Pivot, lift up, switch to the right, and a horse stance. Okay, again, that's a nice little footwork technique I want you to practice there. The next technique is going to look like this. Let me do it from the rear here. This is going to be an outward figure eight strike, front strike, switch arms, step with your left, and come back with an outward figure eight, up and feet together, and pause. Both knees bent. Okay, let's watch that again. Outward figure eight strike, front strike, switch arms, step with your left foot, pivot back to the middle with an outward figure eight. Switch arms as you step up with both knees slightly bent. Okay? Let's try that one more time. From this position, right out figure eight from a horse stance. Front strike. Switch arms. Step with your left. Pivot back to the front. Outward figure eight. Switch. Hold it right there. Okay, so let's quickly review what we're doing so far. With a chuck under the right arm, a nice back stance. Left arm's up. We had that move to the front where we're going to try to throw it, turn, and catch it. Step through, side swing, use our pivot back. We have the inward figure eight, and then we have the outward figure eight with the front strike. Then we switched arms, we took a right leg pivot, outward figure eight, and then we stepped through and did a front strike. Then we lifted and went to the horse stance in the middle of our form. Then we did a right outward figure eight, the left front strike, we switched arms and step, pivot back with an outward figure eight. Then we came together here. This is where we are right now. Now the next technique is called ending number one. All it is this. Step out with your left, outward figure eight. Step through, front strike key out. Step back through, step straight up through, switch arms to the left. Okay, that's all for that one. Now watch. Our feet are together. Step out with our left, right outward figure eight. Step through, front strike. Lift up and step through to this side. Okay, now when we get to this side, what could we do? Remember ending combo number one? Outward figure eight, front strike, switch, side swing around the neck. Then we switched over and our right foot came up and prepare. So what I'm trying to do is I'm adding ending number 1 and ending combo number 1 together for one nice smooth technique. And again, from this position, it was out with the left foot, outward figure 8 under the arm. Step through front, step through and switch. And then ending combo 1 was outward figure 8, front strike, up, around the neck, switch to your left, right foot up, and prepare. Great. Now, ending number 2 looks like this. Inward figure 8 block with the right leg forward. Nice back, again, nice back stance. Here's what we want to do. Inward figure 8 up to an outward figure 8. Left leg, front kick, step down, front strike, and switch arms. Great. This is ending number 2 I want you to memorize. From back here, inward figure 8, outward figure 8. Remember, front kick, and front strike, switch. Okay. Now, ending number 2, what we're going to do is we're going to take ending number 2 and combo number 2 and put them together. So what do we have? Right leg forward stance, inward figure 8, outward figure 8. Left leg front kick, step down, front strike, switch. Combo ending number 2, remember? We did that a few minutes ago. Outward figure 8, front strike, switch. Side swing, around the neck. Around the neck part 2. Switch over to your left. Right foot up, prepare. Great. So all we did is we took ending number 2 and combo ending number 2 and put them together. Like a puzzle. So again, one more time on that. Inward figure 8, outward figure 8, front kick, front strike, switch. Ending combo number 2, outward figure 8, front strike, switch, side swing around the neck part 2, switch over to your left, right foot up, and prepare. Okay, now the last technique I want you to learn on the advanced instruction today involves 2 nunchakus. And it's not that hard. It may take a little work, but here's what I want you to do. One chuck is under the right arm, and the other one's over the left shoulder. Okay? Now, first of all, before we do anything, I want you to feel your left arm here. I want you to feel like you can throw that across and bring it inside like we did and lift it up. So from this position, just kind of get a feel for that break of the wrist here with your left. Let the chuck come inside like we've been doing all day, and then just lift it up. Okay, so if you could just stand there and to get a feel for that, it's going to be a little difficult, but you can do it. Okay? This is kind of left cross strike. That's what we actually call it. But here's what I want you to do. This is called adjusting the chucks. Now watch. This is what it looks like. Now what happens is the right chuck comes up and does a side swing. The left chuck goes down, over, and up. That's all. Except they're done at the same time. So when this lifts up, this one goes down. And this comes over. Now watch, when I bring it over, I move my whole arm over and just lift it up while I do a side swing. This is called adjusting the chuck, so it looks like this. Again, this is just lifting up and doing a side swing. This one's just going down, over, pull your whole arm back. Okay, and then just lift it. Now, again, at the same time, you just drop and adjust. It's called adjusting the chucks. Now, here's how I want you to practice it. I want you to go side to side with it. Right leg forward, nice little stance. I want you to step through on that grid pattern we were doing all day and adjusting and then pivoting back with our little pivot. Just back and forth. Okay? Just step, drop, adjust, and turn back to the other side until you can do that. Then the next step in this technique is going to be back with both chucks in that back stance. we're going to step through this time and throw a left cross and a right cross and let the right one land on their arm. Again, it looks like this. 1, 2. Get a feel for that. Left, right. Now, after you can do that, we're going to do that same little pivot move we did earlier. So it's left, right. As the right one comes back, we turn and catch and pivot, and we step and adjust. Okay? Watch again. Left, right, turn, catch and pivot, step and adjust, the chucks. Okay, the reason I'm going over this, again, this is one of the openings of many of the double nunchaku forms in the American style. The idea is we want to try to get down in our stance and be smooth with the opening. Okay? All I want you to do today is step through left and right, turn, catch and pivot, adjust, back up from the side. Looks like this. Left, right, turn, catch and pivot. Step and adjust, back. Okay, so it's 1, 2, back, adjust. All right. Those are all the techniques of the advanced instruction portion of the video. What I'd like to do right now is blitz kata. The kata you'll be learning on the next video, CHAKUS number 2. There are 3 forms on CHAKUS number 2, and this is the basic form of the style. Blitz kata, American style. Here's how it goes. Blitz kata, American style. So after you do CHAKUS number 2, where you'll learn 3 single nunchaku forms, CHAKUS 3 teaches double nunchaku techniques and a kata called double dragons. What you'll learn on CHAKUS 3 is this combination that's very vital to the whole style. It looks like this. Okay, it looks pretty complicated, but it's relatively easy. After that, you'll have CHAKUS 4, which teaches 2 more single nunchaku forms. Then from there, you have 5, CHAKUS 5, 6, and 7, which are somewhat advanced. What you want to do is try to learn everything on this tape today before moving to number 2 or to number 3. Take your time, get the techniques down, and then move on to the next video. If you can, get your instructor involved, get a group going at your school, and get the tapes, and you can work out together. You'll learn a lot faster that way. If you have any questions about the type of nunchakus to use, where to get the proper nunchakus, you can go to my website, www.chakus.com, CHAKUS.com. Under frequently asked questions, click on that little icon. I'll answer all the questions you have about the American style, the type of nunchakus, and different things like that, how to get rank in the style. Also, if you have any other questions, you can email me through the website also. So anyway, I want to thank you very much for working out with me today. It was a fun time. And as we're leaving today, I'll be doing a demonstration using 2 nunchakus. I want you to watch how I'm able to turn and swing and strike in any direction. In tournament competitions, the guys that are out there doing the twirls and somersaults, they may beat you. But in real life, these techniques are hard to beat. So let's watch.